Hey, you got room there for me too? Hey everybody, I'm the Otaku Artist, and it happened again. I am once again hyper-fixated so incredibly much on something. It's all I can think of. All of my free time is either spent playing this game, listening to the OST, watching videos of it, or drawing fan art. It is consuming my life, and I'm okay with it. Omori, my beloved. So, what is Omori, you may ask? I really mean this when I say this. I mean this with my whole heart. This is the most impactful piece of media I've ever consumed. And I really mean that. I'm not exaggerating. It's now my second favorite game of all time, and I believe it's honestly the best indie game, best RPG maker game, and turn-based RPG I've ever played. If you haven't played it before, please, I'm on my hands and knees begging, please give it a try. This game will make you laugh, it'll make you cry, and it'll stick with you. This video will be spoiler-free until the very end. It'll be after I say the outro, there'll be a warning on screen, and even though I won't be talking about spoilers, the last drawing in this video could be conveyed as spoiler territory, so I'd recommend that after I do the outro for this video, if you haven't played the game yet, just stop watching the video there. Now, before I ramble for the rest of the video about Omori, let me briefly go over the art I'm making. For those who've been watching me for a while, you may have realized that it's been a long time since my last Speedpaint. And now this video is here to change that. I've been wanting to get back into Speedpaint for a while now, so this is really refreshing to make. I haven't been posting a lot of art lately, but for the past few months, I've really fallen in love with art again, and I'm really working hard on art behind the scenes, so I kind of want to start making more videos focused on art since art and gaming is the focus of my channel, and it's honestly been a little bit too long since any art content. In this video, I'll be drawing a few different fan art based on Omori. The first, which is what you're watching right now, is just a practice to try and figure out how to replicate the art style. Now, I adore the art style of Omori. It's one of my favorite art styles I've seen, and honestly, it might be my favorite, art style I've ever seen. I love how it's not afraid to be sketchy and look like drawings, which sounds silly when you see a drawing. Yes, it's a drawing, but there's other drawings that kind of just try to look very, perfect and, official? I don't know how to word it, but I've just been really sick of seeing lately how most art, whether it's fan art or official art you see for anime or games, has the same clean line art, cel-shaded style, the basic anime look. And I think I could learn a lot by studying this art style. Now, I don't mind doing line art myself, but I always seem to prefer how my sketches look, and don't even get me started on coloring. I hate doing cel shading, I hate shading, and I just hate coloring. I just kind of do it because I feel like I have to. So I think I can learn a lot by trying to draw in a more sketchy way. I like how the art style, even though it is polished, it still looks sketchy, and I like the limited colors it uses. It doesn't kind of go crazy with the shading or go for a cel-shaded look. I'm at a point now where I'm, extremely happy with my current art style, but things like how I do line art and coloring could be adjusted a bit. So I'm hoping to use this art style to kind of explore different ways of doing line art and coloring than I'm used to. Now, I will say, in this drawing, I did do a small bit of tracing, but it was just to learn. Now, whenever you hear tracing in an artist, you're always like, oh god, no, tracing is evil. But let me explain. Tracing art can actually be a fantastic tool to learn in ways that your eyes can't really figure out in art. It's hard to explain, but when I was doing these practice drawings and when I did tracing, I realized through tracing things like how big the head shapes are, or like the spacing of the eyes. Things that you can't really figure out just by looking at it for the most part. So, honestly, if you're an artist, whether you're a beginner or you've been drawing for years like me, as long as you're not passing off that art as your own and being transparent that this was tracing for practice, I really do recommend that people trace to learn. Now, it'll be very clear on what art is traced, and none of the other art in this video is traced. I even put like a little arrow that says traced in the drawing, so you'll know. After the drawing is done that you're seeing right now, you'll see me do 2 different versions of profile pictures for my boyfriend and I based on the emotion battle portraits. I struggled a lot with figuring out how to draw the hair on the first attempt, and although I think it's an alright first attempt, like it's not bad, because of just how frustrated I became while making it, I'm not happy with it. I was having fun until I tried to figure out the hair, and took me way too long to figure out how to do that. After those 2 drawings, you'll see my second attempt, which I'm really happy with. I think I got pretty damn close to how it looks in game, and I'm very proud of it. It was very fun trying to work with limited color palettes, and now that I know how to actually draw the hair, give the hair like a textured look. And then lastly, in this video, after I say the outro, there's a creepy drawing I made. Now, I rarely get a chance to draw creepy stuff despite loving horror. I'm always looking for opportunities to try and draw something creepy, so I thought it would be fun to take a stab at some creepy fan art based on this game. I'm also very happy with how quickly this art took me. Each drawing took me about a half an hour, which is incredibly fast. So I'm really excited how I've sped up my drawing process lately. I remember a few months ago I was like, man, I draw way too slow. And I guess me just grumbling to myself about that made my art go faster. The only outlier to that is my first attempt at the profile pictures, which took a lot longer since I was frustrated and trying to figure out stuff. With all of that out of the way, it's time for me to gush about how much I love this game. I really recommend this game to anyone watching this video, but especially if you like Mother 3 or Undertale. Before I played this game, I thought that the best turn-based RPG I had played was Mother 3. But no, this is better than Mother 3. Which is saying a lot since Mother 3 is one of the best games I've played. Especially if you're a Mother fan watching this, you might be like, nothing's gonna pass Mother 3. Oh, it does. And I know that a lot of people think that Undertale's the best indie game, but no, this is better. It's better. Before I played this game, I had been meaning to play it for a long time. Apparently this game came out a few years ago, back in 2020. I didn't know anything about it, but do you ever just glance at a piece of media and based on the box art, you just know you'll love it? That was me. I didn't hear hardly anyone talk about this game other than the passing, it's very good. And I finally picked up this game after my boyfriend finished playing it, and after he finished it, he spent like an hour just gushing about how good it was, how much I need to experience it, and how much it impacted him. Just like I claimed earlier of this being the most impactful media I consumed, that's what he said to me. And I thought I would love it, based on everything he was saying. But I honestly thought he was exaggerating how good it was, and not intentionally. I thought like, he just really likes it, so he's like exaggerating it because he likes it. It's not really gonna be that amazing. And I'm sure if you're watching this video and you haven't played Omori, you probably think I'm doing that too. Well, then I played it. And I couldn't put it down. Playing it every single day. And now, I've beaten it, and I'm already on my second playthrough of the game, working on 100%ing it and going through the second route of the game. He was not exaggerating, and I'm not either. It's genuinely that fantastic. And oh my god, I was expecting a good game, but this blew my expectations out of the water. Like, I cannot express just how much of an impact this game had on me. Like, it sounds silly to say, but it's like more than a game. Like, This story is so fucking well executed and so impactful, and the characters just feel so lifelike. I've never consumed media before where the characters feel like real people with real emotions and gotten so attached to them. I think the closest I've gotten to that is probably like James Sunderland, but like I still see him as a character. But like, it's these characters, the amount of attention to detail and just how they talk to each other and their actions, just, they feel so real. Like I could see real people acting like this. And it's just incredible to me that just one person could come up with this story and characters and be able to execute it so well with a small team of people. There's many people who come up with great stories or characters, but sometimes, or a lot of the times, they just can't execute that idea fully. You see this a lot in media where like you watch it and you're like, man, such a good idea, but it could have been better. But this, I'm just so surprised at how well executed this is. And it's not just the story and characters either. Let's go over some like other things about the game besides that, because there's really only so much I can say while still being vague and not talking about story and characters and spoiling that stuff. Now, the soundtrack is phenomenal. I've been listening to the soundtrack like every day since I beat it for the first time, and it's one of my favorite soundtracks ever. It's just such a solid OST with an impressive range of different types of music. They also did a fully orchestrated concert for the 3-year anniversary of the game, which is also really good. And it provides like a really interesting take on a lot of the music, since some of the music kind of sounds like it's a different genre in the game than like a fully orchestrated version of it. And as you may have noticed, I've been playing some tracks from the game in the background, so I hope that gives a good taste at some of the awesome music in the game. And the thing is, I'm not even including the best ones, so like, if you already like what you're hearing, you're in for such a treat. Another thing this game has is just so much character. Like, so much part of this game is so memorable. There's NPCs that just really stand out, and I love how the game is able to make me feel just so many different emotions. Like, I almost cried playing this game, but I've also laughed out loud so many times during this game. Like, I didn't keep track, but like if I tried, I would have lost track. Like, this game genuinely made me start bursting out into laughter while playing it. The dialogue and writing is very good. Now, I briefly mentioned the game's art before, but I want to talk about it just a little bit more. The art direction in this game just really works well for the story it tells. And like I said, I love the sketchy look to it. I'm not going to go in detail about this, but how this game's art style uses colors in different ways is just brilliant. It just works really well. Now, something I'm a sucker for is when a game uses hand-drawn art, and especially animation. And in this game, there's animated cutscenes, and in the battles, the enemies are animated. It's very good. I love how this game uses art. Speaking of the battles, I really enjoyed the turn-based battles. Like, the battles are just so fun, and even though there are games out there with better combat gameplay, like, this is not the best combat gameplay I've played, but for, like, a turn-based RPG, it's really fun. I really enjoy these battles. I won't go into much detail about them, like the mechanics of the gameplay and stuff, but even though the main focus of the game is it's more so the story and the characters, I never dreaded the battles. Like, I always enjoyed them. I loved fighting in the battles, I loved the music, and I'm someone who doesn't like grinding, and I'm someone who, when I play turn-based RPGs, I normally try to skip battles. And I'm normally underleveled. Well, currently on my second playthrough, I've hit the max level. Yeah. And I had a blast. So, I think that says a lot. Like, even in Mother 3, which is also a turn-based RPG that I really enjoyed the gameplay, I never got to max level. Now, I will say the combat gameplay, even though I really like it, I would not blame you at all if you played this and you were like, it was good, but I prefer Mother 3, or like another turn-based RPG. I won't claim it's the best gameplay, but is it good? Turn-based RPG combat? Yeah, it's good. Now, if you're not sold on the game yet, and I will put a disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by the way, I'm just really fucking obsessed with this game. Just know that this game has a lot of content. Now, it's worth playing through the game twice since there's 2 routes to the game, each one differing by quite a bit. But even if you are only interested in playing through it once though, it's still worth it. This game is very well designed where on your first playthrough, you most definitely will go through the intended way and like the main route of the game first. So just don't ruin the experience for you. Don't Google how to go to the second route. Beat the game first once, then you can Google how to do the other stuff. But again, even if you are like, I don't really feel like playing through the game twice, even though the second playthrough will be different enough to keep your engagement up, still, only one playthrough, still very much worth experiencing. There's also 80-something badges which work as in-game achievements, and that's not even counting like PlayStation achievements, so if you like doing that sort of thing, you can go for like the PlayStation achievements and the badges. And there's also extra stuff like side quests, of course, and super bosses, so there's so much to do. So, if you end up loving this game as much as I, just know that you can play it for a long time if you like. I think right now I'm like 60 hours in? But again, if you're only interested in beating the game once though and seeing the main story, it's about a 15-hour game, maybe 20, so it's not a huge commitment. This game is on Steam, PlayStation, Xbox One, and Switch currently, and it's cheaper digitally than physically, so it's very accessible. For digital, it's about $20. Listen guys, I'm just having such a blast being hyperfixated on this. I plan on making more fan art, and I love how much more content I have to still consume. Like, I'm still working on 100%ing the game, I have the manga still to read. Yes, there is a manga. There's a lot of official merch I want. Oh my god, I love this game so much. It touched me and it affected me so much. Like, I love this game more than Silent Hill 2, and that's saying a lot. As you guys will know, you guys were probably sick of me making so many Silent Hill videos in a row. And the thing is, like, I've gushed about this game so much to my boyfriend and just my friends begging them to play it. I've gushed about it online. I'm making this video so I have an excuse more to get this all out of my system because I love it so much. I also want to point out that this is the first time where I've been hyperfixated on 2 different things at the same time. Although, Omori is definitely winning my attention. The other thing is a big original project of mine, like completely original, that I've mentioned a few times briefly here and there, and I won't go into detail on what it is yet, but if you noticed how videos have slowed down, that's why. Stay tuned for more info on that. It'll definitely be worth the wait. And with that, I think I've gushed about this game enough. At least for now. I plan on making more fan art of this game, so don't be surprised if you see more videos about it. I don't have any more videos planned on it currently, but like, I'm obsessed with it, so again, if you do see more, yeah, don't be surprised. Now, I sincerely hope that you guys at least give this a try if I haven't sold you on the game yet. Seriously, it is something that will stick with you and something you won't regret playing. If you do end up picking up this game, the best way to experience it is alone. I'd recommend not doing a blind LP or streaming it. Just trust me on that. This is something you just want to be able to fully, like, put your attention to. And I didn't mention this before, but I will say though that this game does touch on some sensitive topics. If you go to buy the game on Steam or on any of the eShops or whatever, it'll list the little disclaimer thing, so you can check that just to make sure that you won't buy this game and experience something you don't want to experience. So yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble about my current hyperfixation. I had a lot of fun doing this very casual ramble video. Lately, I've been kind of sick of seeing people online put on the whole, influencer personality. And I've grown very aware of when YouTubers are putting on the YouTube mask and So I really wanted to just kind of refresh myself by making a video where I kind of just ramble and be my cringy self openly and just gush about something I'm passionate about. So it was fun. But you're the viewer, you're the person watching this, so let me know what you think of this sort of style of video. So yeah, I'm hoping to make more speed paints in the future. I'm trying to get back into them. And now remember, possible spoilers for the last drawing, which will start soon, so now's your cue to click off this video if you haven't played the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm the Otaku Artist, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!